Hi, this is Caroline with Maya Road. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful zipper trim sunflower. So let's get started. So to get started making this 4-inch wide sunflower, here's a list of supplies you'll need. You'll need a good pair of scissors to cut your zipper trim. You need a hot glue gun, glue sticks, as this is what you're going to use to put your sunflower zipper flower together. You're going to need 9 pieces of this yellow zipper trim that Maya Road sells. Each of these pieces are 4.5 inches long. So you're going to go ahead and want to cut out 9 pieces. And this is considered 2 pieces. So you're going to take your piece of zipper trim and break it apart into 2 and then cut it, and you're going to need 9 total pieces. You'll also need a 24-inch length of our gray zipper trim. And I did the gray so that you can do the contrast for the middle of the sunflower. And you'll need a 1-inch wide piece of chipboard. I used a piece from my stash to use as the base of the center of the flower. Now to get started, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your 10 pieces of zipper trim, and you can see on the sunflower how the width of the zipper trim is much thinner than the width here. You're going to actually just trim it along close to the teeth of the zipper trim, and I'll do one to show you as an example. So you just take your scissors to it and cut it along the line. There you go. And you're going to do that for all 9 pieces, which I've already pre-done for us here, so that we have enough. Now you're going to do the same thing for the gray. As you can see for the center of this flower, the gray here is much finer and thinner than the gray is here. So what you're going to do, again, you're going to cut it close to the teeth. You want to leave a little bit of gray so that it does have a little contrast. You're going to cut all the way along the entire length of the zipper trim. Now I've already pre-done a piece here, and we're going to be using this piece instead. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble the 9 loops of the yellow part of the zipper trim sunflower. So to do that, you're going to take the pieces of the 4.5 inch long zipper trim you had. You're going to put a little bit of glue at the end, and you're going to glue your piece together until you form a loop. Now if you want to see that again, I'm going to do this piece for you. Just a little glue. Hold it together, be careful not to burn your fingers, and there you have a loop. And we'll go ahead and do one more here. Put a little glue. And you're going to form your loop. And as you can see, I've pre-made the other 6 loops that we're going to need. And we're going to set them aside. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to make the center of the flower. And we're going to do it on this chipboard piece so that on the back you can see there's a place for you to glue the yellow loops onto the back of the center gray. Now to do this part, what you're going to do is you're going to take your gray zipper trim that you cut, and you're just going to start rolling it into a spiral. So start by putting a little bit of glue, and you're going to start your spiral roll. Put a little bit of glue again, kind of right where the gray part of the zipper is. And you're going to keep rolling. And when you've got a couple of loops started, you can go ahead and set that in the center of your chipboard piece. And you're just going to start going around in a spiral. And you're going to add glue as you go along. And see how that looks there. So you're going to add a little glue here. You're going to keep going. Now your center is going to extend beyond your piece of chipboard, which is fine. What you'll start doing as you get towards the end of your chipboard is you're going to start gluing the zipper basically to itself. You can see a nice spiral forming. Here. Now, one beautiful thing about this flower is you can change the dimensions, the lengths of your yellow zipper trim part or your center part, and you can change how big or how small your flower is going to look. So you can cut your pieces shorter or you can cut them longer depending on what kind of look you want. And I'm going to finish up the center for you here by putting some glue. And there you go. There's a center for you. And here's what it looks like on the back. Now when you get to this point, you're going to want to go ahead and line up your yellow petal pieces of your flower. And 9 pieces should probably be enough, but depending on how you glue them together, you can add 1 or 2 or take away 1 or 2. And I like how that looks there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some glue here. I'm going to set it right in the center of my flower. And you can see how beautiful your flower looks. Now what you can do is you can lift up your flower to the back, and if you need a little bit more glue to hold things together, you just stick a little more glue down and glue your different pieces to the back. And there you go. You've made your very own sunflower zipper trim flower.